Welcome, everyone, to day 3 of the Soul Evolution Masterclass series. My name is Amy Robeson. I'm so excited you're here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me know what day you are on. Actually, I'll take my glasses off so there's not a weird reflection on them. Let me know what day you're on. How are you doing? How are you feeling? If you missed day 1 or day 2, or you missed one of the days, it's okay if you're here today. You can watch these all out of order. I'm going to give a recap as well. I'm so excited you're here. I'm really, really excited you are here. Let me know where you're tuning in from as well. Toronto, day 3, day 2, day 1. I did get a number yesterday, but I didn't see anything. That's okay if you don't see anything. That's okay, because there's going to be things that come through later. Day 3, feeling very peaceful, tuning in from Tennessee. Woodstock. Thanks, Amy. I thought about the rainbow baby coming to me a few days ago. Yay, love that. Yesterday brought a sense of calm. Yeah, how did you feel after day 1? How did you feel after day 2? Were you connected more to the ancestors, or were you connected more to the past life? I'd love to hear from you. Let me know. I'm going to do a brief recap while you guys are typing in some things while we're getting started. And welcome, everyone. We have people all around the world. This is why I love doing this series. We have people that are from all walks of life, and so no matter what walk of life you're walking, it's always great to be in community. And I think that the more that we awaken, the more that we ascend, the more it's important to have community and connection. And the internet, as much as technology can be scaring some people right now, the internet is such an amazing way that we get to connect, and we can connect on the go. We connect in our homes. We can connect while we're at the grocery store. It's kind of cool, if you ask me. I'm very, very excited for today, because we're going to be talking about the secret keys to manifesting in the Akashic Records. Who's ready to manifest something awesome in their life? Let me know in the chat box. Type me if you are. Give me a heart. Give me a thumbs up if that's something that you're interested in doing. Like this video, if you're watching it on social media, let me know if you're ready to manifest something big in your life. And here's the thing, when we're talking about all of this, we're talking about the Akashic Records. And if you're new to me, my name is Amy Robeson. I'm an Akashic Record Master Teacher. I've been teaching the Akashic Records for the last 9 years now. I have a program that's called Sacred Awakening, where I teach people how to open their records for themselves and others and get to answers on demand. The Akashic Records is one of the most powerful manifesting tools. It is not only is it a powerful manifesting tool, it's a powerful self-discovery tool, because it allows you to discover things about yourself. It allows you to get better answers for yourself. It allows you to have a better understanding of what your purposes are. We have many, 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 many different purposes in our life, and the Akashic Records can help us navigate those purposes, because depending on what chapter we're in will determine what purpose we are to be on purpose with. And yes, we all have a grand purpose of some sort, but there's chapters in our lives where we are meant to be on purpose. Who wants to be on purpose? Type in "on" in the chat box. Comment "on" in the chat box. Being on purpose allows you to be in your aligned destiny path. And the aligned destiny path is really important, because we are either taking the long way around to the aligned destiny path, or we're taking the shortcut around to the aligned destiny path. Neither one of them is cheating. Let me say that. I've had people in the past tell me, they're like, if I use the Akashic Records, is it cheating? And no, it is not, because it is not a fortune telling tool. It is not a tool that is going to say, this is what you have to do, and this is the only way to do it. Because as you know, there's an infinite number of ways to do something. And what the guardians, the masters, the teachers, the loved ones help you do is to navigate what your purpose is in that chapter, navigate fulfillment, navigate self-discovery, so you can evolve. And the masters, teachers, and loved ones are here to support you in your life's journey as a human, this embodied journey, feel the emotions that are connected to that, release the trapped trauma in our body, the trapped emotions, the trapped thoughts, help us to release from the trances, release from the loops, release from the illusions that we are in. Every single one of us, including myself, is in some sort of illusion. And there's a game I like to play inside the Akashic Records when it comes to working with myself with illusions, because oftentimes when we tell a story, and tell me if this resonates, you could type in RES. When we tell a story, we're always going to paint ourselves as the hero or the victim in the story. And maybe not all the time, but for the majority of the time, like, have you ever had a friend tell you a story, and when they're telling you that story, it sounds reasonable why they would be upset. It sounds reasonable why they would be the victim or the hero in the story. And while that is possibly true, there is the illusion around the story we are telling, no matter how we're telling it, because there's multiple perspectives on any given situation. This is why I love the Akashic Records, because what they're doing, what the masters, teachers, and loved ones are doing, your guides are doing, is they're holding perspective, 360-degree perspective on a situation, which allows you to have a better understanding of the situation, allows you to have different levels of empathy, allows you to have different understanding of why maybe that person reacted the way that they reacted, why that person maybe is giving you a hard time around something, why that situation may be for your good because it didn't happen, because maybe we're upset, maybe we're disappointed, something didn't happen, but something better is on its way. And because that didn't happen, this other thing can arrive. And so there's always, any given situation, there's multiple, infinite number of perspectives that can be shared. And it allows a different level of understanding. We can have one opinion on something while still holding different perspectives, meaning that not everything is black and white. Not everything is a yes or a no. And this is what makes life very interesting. And what I really love to do, and I was saying I like playing this illusion game in the record, because it allows me to break out of old stories, old patterns, specifically around the illusions I have around particular things. So maybe I'm having a challenging time in my relationship. And because I'm having a challenging time in my relationship, I can ask inside of the Akashic Records how I'm in illusion, how I'm in an old pattern, how I'm in an old story, and how that's impacting my ability to navigate this challenge in the relationship. Who here would like to actually know if they were in illusion? Like if there was a different perspective, a different alternative to what it is that you are experiencing? Let me know in the chat box if you would love to experience that. Over the last year, I've been really, really working with the illusions because, and my little daughter, like, we had a really bad storm here in Nashville, and at my studio here, the bathroom is old and the bathtub is almond. The bathtub is almond. And when you put the water in the bathtub, it looks like the water is dirty because everything's almond. So it creates this illusion that it is dirty. And so I had to like take a clear cup, hold the cup up, and I go, see, the water is clean. And then when we pour it in, what happens? It creates an illusion. And because it, like, this is like a simple example of how like illusions can happen. It's like we have one perspective that when we're in this tub, and because it's almond, the water looks dirty, but it's not dirty whatsoever. But it can create this sense of this isn't clean, and this is creating something that feels weird in my body. But then when we see it from a different perspective, it changes. And so when it comes to our mind, body, soul, the guardians take into consideration everything that your soul has ever experienced. And they also take in consideration your ancestral lineage and your soul lineage. And we talked about on day 1 and day 2, the ancestral lineage and the soul lineage, and how you can be doing everything right when it comes to manifesting, but it's still not working. You're taking care of yourself. You're making yourself a priority. You're understanding your opportunity cost. You're taking action, but nothing's still going right. And that's when we look at the ancestral lineage and the soul lineage. This is where self-discovery also comes in, because it allows you to have a better understanding of like why you might be behaving the way you behave. And if that word triggers you in any way, please note, I am not meaning it in a negative way. And I want to say that because if you ever were grown up, like, and you were told to behave, you need to behave, be a good little girl, be a good little boy. Behavior that word can be a trigger. And that's the cool thing about the Akashic Records too, is we can use and have a different understanding of words, so we can have a different relationship to them. Because one person might hear a word and it means one thing, while another person hears another word and it might mean another thing. I was doing a really fun little recording conversation with one of my friends, and he is a hypnotherapist, and we were talking about being a healer. And he's like, what do you think about the word healer? And his perception of the word healer is he doesn't like it, like, whatsoever. And my perception of the word healer, like, I love that word. Like, I think it's great. And so we can have closer relationships and still have different connections, and we still love a person and still not like what they may like. And the thing with triggers too, and the thing with words is, with words, there's stories connected to words, which then if you have a trigger, there's an invitation to heal. And if there's a trigger, there's an invitation to stop, pause, and look at that. Because when something comes up for us to look at it, it's a very interesting thing that we can get curious about. Who here would like to not be triggered by things? Let me know in the chat box if you'd like to let go of some triggers. I know, like, the words are simply words. And what I have found is the more curious I get about words, and the more curious I get about why I might be reacting to things, this is where those illusions can start to break. Those behaviors can start to break. Those stories, those patterns can start to dissolve, and you get an opportunity to have a self-discovery. You get an opportunity to learn things about yourself. So this is the really cool thing about the Akashic Records. So let's go into the secret keys to manifesting in the Akashic Records. And with the secret keys, I'm going to read a spiritual law to you, because it plays into one of the secret keys to manifesting. And that is the law of pure potentiality. The law of pure potentiality states that all of creation is pure potentiality, energy, and consciousness seeking to express itself into form. The infinite power that created the universe is a part of you, and you have the ability to tap into it, harness the pure potentiality of the universe. This means your creative power is unlimited. You are unlimited. You have the freedom to choose what you want and how you want to be. I'm going to read that part again. You are unlimited, and you have the freedom to choose what you want and how you want to be. You are connected to this law through your spiritual practices, your words, your deeds, and actions. And when you do, you're literally recognizing the truth of yours and the universe's pure potential. There's an infinite amount of abundance, love, joy, and happiness. Recognizing this truth assists you in opening your consciousness to what is and will always be. With the secret keys to manifesting, which the first secret key is you have the power to create your reality and you have the power to change your reality. First secret key is you have the power to create your reality and you have the power to change your reality. We are always working with spiritual laws, knowingly or unknowingly. You vibrate. There's a law of vibration. There's the law of attraction. Like, you are always connected to these laws. If you like it or not, you're connected to it. If you don't like your reality, you have the choice to change your reality. Now, you might have some outside circumstances that prevent you from changing it as quickly as you would like, but you always have the choice to change it. It might not go as fast as you want, but you have the opportunity to change because you are pure potential. And because you are pure potential, you are working with these laws. The law of pure potentiality. You are meant to create. And what the Akashic Records does when it comes to manifesting is they're considering all the laws and they're giving you advice based on the laws and based where you're vibrating, based where your potential is at, based on desires, based on soul's evolution's expectations. You as a soul have an expectation of how you want to evolve. And there's a reason why you're drawn to the Akashic Records. There's a reason why you're asking certain questions when you're asking them. Have you ever, the law of vibration, let's start there for a second. Have you ever thought of someone and then all of a sudden they text you or call you? You're thinking about them, they text you or they call you. Actually, I have an old friend that I was thinking about last week. And over the weekend, I was thinking about her, haven't talked to her literally in 3 years. And she sends me a message on Messenger. I was so excited to talk to her. And it was something that I had that had her name on it that made me think of her. So there was these chain of reactions. And the second I thought of her, that sent a signal out. There's this vibrational signal that says, hey, let's talk. And so she reached out to me and said, hey, thinking about you. So much has been going on, blah, 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 and we're going to connect. And so we are so connected with one another, even if you're not sensing it all the time. There are things that are happening that are connected to this reality that you're creating. So your thoughts create your reality, your words create your reality, your actions create your reality, your inhibitions can create your reality if you choose to take action on them. The second law is you have the ability to get curious about your life. Getting curious releases you from harsh judgments and allows you to free yourself from the reality that is keeping you stuck. I'm going to say it again because I really want you to understand this. You have the ability to get curious about your life. Getting curious releases you from harsh judgments and allows you to free yourself from the reality that is keeping you stuck. So, how do you get curious? I find that when you're working in the Akashic Records, there is an invitation to be curious. There is an invitation to think of, what are the cool, crazy questions that I can ask today? How can I use this tool to support me? How can I navigate this thing in my life? You have different areas of fulfillment in your life, and those different areas, if you're fulfilled, you're doing great. If you're not fulfilled, there is something more inside of you that is seeking fulfillment. And the more curious that you get about that fulfillment, about changing those things that you are wanting to change, will allow you to change them. And so there's this invitation to be curious. The invitation is not to be judgy. The invitation is not to sit there and be your harshest critic, because that doesn't get you anywhere. I know I was the first person to always beat someone to the punch on a dumb blonde joke or to insult my intelligence in some way, shape, or form. And the more that I went down this path, and the more that I awakened, and the more that I leaned into spiritual practices, the more that I started to change my relationship with myself, and the more I got curious about why I might be doing certain things. I remember the day I had a client message me, and I said a dumb blonde joke, and I hadn't said it in years. And it like stopped me dead in my tracks, because I was like, whoa, where did that come from? And two, one, I'm super proud of myself because I haven't said something like that in years. So there's something, so instead of going judgy, instead of going like, hey, you just made a massive mistake, and like, why would you insult yourself like that? Or the flip side, moving into the insult, agreeing with the insult is just as detrimental to my spiritual growth and development than just even saying the thing itself. And so what I have found is this curiosity helps you to start untangle the enmeshment with judgment, untangle the illusions, untangle the relationship that you have with yourself and others and God and creation, and what those relationships do for you as well. And so what the Akashic Records does with curiosity is the guardians, the masters, teachers, and loved ones, they hold you in a place of wholeness. They view you as whole. They view you as beautifully imperfect. And what I mean by that is they don't expect you to show up perfect. They don't expect you to remember everything you came here to do, because it's the art of forgetting. Like we are here to remember who we are. And there's little things along our path that become major things that assist us in remembering. And I think that the Akashic Records is one of those tools that assist you in getting curious to get out of judgment, to remember who you are. Remember that you're whole. Remember it's okay that you're having a human experience, and it's okay to feel as well. Tell me if any of these manifesting secret keys are resonating with you. So I went over 2 so far. The third one is it shifts you out of how do I want to say this? I'm going to change it up how I want to say this. The third secret key of manifesting is you start tapping into desires that you once pushed away. You have a sounding board to share without judgment. And I'm going to say this slightly different. When working inside of the Akashic Records, you have a very safe place to be yourself. They don't expect you to show up in white robes. They don't expect you to be perfect. And because there's that place of safety, you get an opportunity to meet parts of yourself you forgot existed. You get an opportunity when you're meeting those parts of yourself to tap into true desires that you may be even afraid to admit out loud. I'm hearing to share this story, and I don't think I've ever shared this story before. So playing in the records, I was shown many things that I could do, many things that I could use the records for. And when I started playing in the records, I had zero intention of giving readings. I had zero intention of teaching the records. I just found them very neat and I found them very fascinating. And I just loved them the second I heard of them. Like, I'm like, what is this thing? And what I also had a desire to do was have a business. I wanted a business. And I started working in the records to create a life coaching business, to create a coaching business. And as I was doing this, I was being led more and more and more and more into bringing more spirituality into my work, talking about more spirituality, bringing that forward. And because I had a safe place to explore, because I had a safe place to ask weird questions, because I had a safe place to explore these crazy downloads I was receiving, insights I was receiving, dreams that I was having. And they don't have to be crazy, but like anything. I was exploring anything and everything. And the more that I explored it, the more that this path of embodying my spirituality, talking about spirituality, helping people with getting answers for themselves opened up. And looking back at it now, I remember as a kid watching different intuitives, different psychics, different mediums on TV as a kid. And I thought that that was the coolest job out there. And while I never said it out loud, I wanted to do that. Using the records led me in to a desire I had and things that I thought were really neat and interesting as a kid. They led me down a path that as an adult, I never said out loud. I got in alignment with this. And if someone told me that I had to do something different now, I would laugh at them. Like, this is, for me, I've been doing this full-time 10 years. I've been doing it longer than that, but full-time 10 years. And this is the path I'm meant to be on. Now I get to reimagine what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. But I know this is my path. And I feel really awesome being able to say that and lean into it, because it's just about going back to creating your own reality, back into the first secret key with that pure potential, and the second secret key about you create your own reality. It's just the matter of creating, and I get to create what I want. Same thing. You get to create and you get to reimagine, and you get to reimagine your life at any version of your life that you get to decide. And the records can help you understand what that looks like and how to do it. Someone said, how to know if something resonates. The masters, teachers, and loved ones. This is an excellent question, because you can ask, like, what is my signal? Like, what is my personal signal for if something's resonating? Like, what is something that I can pay attention to when something's in alignment? Because everybody is unique, and how they resonate and how they connect to something is uniquely yours for you. And so the guardians and the masters, teachers, loved ones are always going to give you personalized information. It's not what they're telling the masses. It's not cookie cutter. It's specifically designed for you. And this is the part that I love the most, because I was talking about words, and I'm going to loop it back down to words again. They're going to use words, language that you understand, that you resonate with. If you are a sarcastic, funny person, your guides are going to be funny. Like, they're going to be sarcastic. They're going to tease you in a good way, not in a bad way. Now, if there's something serious they need to talk to you, they're going to take a serious tone with you. If there is something that they want you to lighten up on, there's going to be this sense of lightness that's going to come through. They're also going to use lingo and language that you understand. If you are not someone that understands analytical PhD language, they're not going to talk to you in that way. But if you do, they're going to talk to you in that way. The other cool thing is the masters, teachers, and loved ones will also share with you words that are not in your vocabulary. Who here has taken Sacred Awakening? And in the comments, let me know, like, if your vocabulary has expanded. And what I mean by that, I'm going to explain what I mean. They're going to share words that you don't typically say in your language. And you'll even go like, is that even a word? And then you can look it up. You can also ask the definition of it. They're also going to share language with you that someone said, give an example. So with things that they're sharing with you, they might go, hey, do you remember when you were 3 and you were fearful of walking down the stairs? And you might go, yeah, I remember, like, I had a fear, and so I would just slide down the stairs. And then they go, okay, well, this fear that you're having around taking the leap of faith, putting yourself out there, is similar to learning how to confidently walk down the stairs. It is okay to slide down the stairs on your butt until you feel like you have long enough legs to walk down each and every step. And you can also hold the handle on the way down. So they might talk to you in like a metaphor like that. They might also talk to you in language that maybe is common for your area. Okay, I'm from Wisconsin originally. They might say, it's important that you slowly drink out of the bubbler and not out of the fire hose. If you are from the Wisconsin, or I think there's one other state that knows what I'm talking about when I say bubbler, that is something that I would uniquely know. Not every client of mine is going to have that word come up when they're in their records. And bubbler means drinking fountain. And so there's different words that they're going to say to you. Also, if you speak more than one language, they can go back and forth with you in different languages, which is really, really neat. How do you hear the information? You hear it through all your clairs. So the masters, teachers, and loved ones are always going to meet you where you're at. They're going to use your intuition, which is your clairs. You have a seeing clair, which is clairvoyance. You have clairaudience, which is hearing. You have claircognizant, which is knowing. You have clairsentient, which is feeling. They can also do it through touch. Your clair through touch, through smell, and through taste as well. And so there's different things that you can do that will allow all of these things to come through. And in Sacred Awakening, I teach you how to like use all your clairs, because it's really important that we're using our clairs. Okay. Someone said, I personally feel it inside, for example, hair stands up and it tears well up on my eyes. My language has definitely expanded with your course, Amy. Yay. Sacred Awakening, and yes, vocabulary is important. It's nice when they say things we would never say, sort of confirmation that we are channeling. Yes. Does this work for people who are completely disconnected from themselves? What the records do is they teach you, the guardians teach you how to connect with yourself. And so if you're super disconnected, like let's say you're disassociated, but you're like, I'm ready for a change. There is connection there because the desire's there. And so let's say you feel disconnected. Let's say you don't feel intuitive. Let's say you don't even believe this is possible for you, but you're drawn towards it for some reason. All you have to do is keep showing up. And what I mean by that is you keep showing up, you go in the records, the masters, teachers, and loved ones will love on you. They'll give you guidance. Even if you're not even ready for guidance, you just going in the records and them holding you starts to assist in changing your vibration, because your vibration, your frequency dictates what you're attracting. And part of the secret keys to manifesting is understanding your vibration, and that you can manifest anything you want. And you are manifesting things you don't want all the time, because you are vibrational frequency, you are energy. And because you are energy, your thoughts attract certain things. Your words, your deeds, your actions, they all are attracting something, if you like it or not. And because we're working with these spiritual laws, they're going to assist you in attracting the things that you want, and helping you to untangle yourself from the past, so you no longer attract the old desires or the old frequency patterns that you have. Because how many of you know that, like, we're all constantly changing? Who you were 5 years ago is not the same person you are today, if you like to acknowledge that or not. You are always changing. You are always changing. Now, if you are still in the same pattern, you could be different in some areas of your life, but still be having similar problems that you had 5 years ago in another area of your life. It's so important that you give yourself permission to start changing. And with the Akashic Records, you have to have the desire to change, and they can help you work on that desire, because that's what changes your vibration, which is the fourth law, the fourth secret key to manifesting in the Akashic Records. And I'm going to read the law of vibration. Everything in the universe is energy that vibrates, moves, travels, flows in a circular pattern. This applies to all of your feelings, desires, thoughts, sounds. Each of these has its unique vibrational frequency. Like attracts like. What you focus on is how you vibrate. Low vibrational thoughts will attract more low vibrational experiences. High vibrational thoughts attract high vibrational experiences. With that being said, I am not telling you to spiritually bypass. You can't think positively all the time and think that that's the only way that you're going to get something, because there has to be motion and in order. There has to be gratitude. There has to be I'm just going to explain it this way. If you stand here and you think everything is going to come to you, but you're not going to do anything but sit inside of a cave, but somehow you're going to manifest this business, somehow money is just going to come to you, somehow all this stuff is going to come to you, you're not in motion. You're not in motion. So you've got to be in motion. And this is where that pure potentiality, this is where the law of vibration comes in. And similar to the metaphor I gave, which is sliding down the stairs on your butt, until you get comfortable walking down the stairs, there is a way to get in motion, even if it takes longer to do it. And when you get into motion, that motion builds momentum, builds momentum, builds momentum, builds momentum. And when you have motion and momentum meeting each other, opportunities come in. You're in the vibration, you're in the frequency, you're in the pure potential of creating that thing that you want, instead of wishing for it. Because the wish will always be the wish, like wishing. I wish I had this. I wish I had this. When you're in the motion, I'm going to get it. I'm going to have it. This is mine. I am that. So your energy shifts. Can you guys feel that? Let me know if you can feel that. You can feel the shift. You can feel the shift in identity. You own the shift in vibration that is happening as well. And that's crucial. That is so crucial for our evolution and for our growth. My thoughts change, but some patterns are still repeated. And so the question would be, how I would use the records is, I'm changing my thoughts, but this pattern keeps showing up. Why is that? And this is where they can go, hey, it's important that you clean out this past life. Or, hey, your mental body thinks that it's harder than what it is. This is very subconscious. Yes, you've changed the thought. I want this. I want this. I got this. I got this. But there's a program, a loop in the back of your head that keeps going, I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. I'm scared to be seen. I'm scared to be seen. I'm scared to be seen. It's a broken record. And so when it comes to working in the records, we can take and we can go deeper and we can go deeper and we can go deeper. And as you're going deeper, you're changing, your vibration's changing. When you have knowledge, your knowledge expands. And because you're learning things about yourself, you can't unlearn them. Like you learn it and then you're like, okay, I'm doing great. And then by also like reclaiming. So let's say there's an ancestral wound with money, like cleaning up that wound allows you to start changing and shifting. So when it comes to manifesting, like I was saying earlier, and how I said it on day 1 and day 2, you can be doing all the things that the experts tell you to do, but there could be something going on in your lineages. And this is where the records come in. They help you understand where the discord is, where the friction is, where the imbalance is for the manifesting itself. And that's the secret key. Like you can use the records to completely understand what is happening and why it's happening and what to do next. And that is such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. Someone said, as we go through an awakening, is there a chance our energy increases or shifts and you can sense it on your skin? Absolutely. Yep. Yeah. Like when you awaken, as you're awakening, you are waking up to different reality, different levels of consciousness. What you once were asleep to, you can't be asleep to anymore. And who here is on their first awakening? Who here is on their like third? Who here is on their 10th? Like we don't just go through one darker night of the soul. We don't go through just one awakening. We go through many throughout our lifetime. And as we're going through them, if you're doing the work, this is where, and it's okay if you're on your first and it's okay if you're on your 100th. Like there are so many different awakenings that we go through. And it like, you are here to evolve and you're here to wake up and you're here to shift, and you can't unsee this. Like you cannot unsee what you have woken up to. Meaning once you're in the rabbit hole, you're going down it or up it or sideways or over. Like you're investigating you're remembering you're discovering you. And this is why you might shift out of old relationships because they're no longer in alignment with you. You might change your mind about something you once didn't like, and all of a sudden you like it. I tell my husband all the time, I'm allowed to change my mind. Just because I didn't like that then doesn't mean I don't like it now. And you are allowed to change your mind. They forgot to suggest elbows and knee pads. Been trying to have blinders on in the rabbit hole. Silliness. Eyes wide open. Yep, you can't have the blinders on, my friend. You can't have the blinders on. That's so true. That's how I manifested my house. Now, 2 years ago, I would go visit the neighborhood, go to its neighborhood fest, look at the houses for sale, having my kids play at the park. A year after we got the home source provided for us, I was feeling the energy that my family belonged in this neighborhood. And I'm so grateful I listened to my intuition. My intuition has grown since. Love it. Because you're synergistically in alignment. Okay. So those are the secret keys to manifesting in the Akashic Records. Who wants to learn this for themselves? Like who wants to learn how to do this for themselves. And if you've taken Sacred Awakening, say, and you want to just go deeper with it, just put deeper in it. The records are speaking to people when they're ready. And I might not be your teacher. I might not be your cup of tea. I might be. If I am, great. And if I'm not, go find someone that is, because I am a big believer, and I have other teachers that are Akashic Record teachers, like other friends that are Akashic Record teachers. Like, we all teach the records in a different way. We have different perspectives on them, and you got to find the teacher that resonates with you. And when I started teaching the Akashic Records, I had many people start asking me to do this, because like it's part of my fabric of my soul. Like, I enjoy talking about it. And so if you're interested and you want to join us in Sacred Awakening, early bird pricing is going on right now. Our doors are opened up. The next round is starting here very soon. It's the beginning of the year. This is the great time to start and do something for yourself. And so what Sacred Awakening is, you learn how to open the records for yourself. You learn how to get answers on demand for yourself. You learn how to connect with the masters, teachers, and loved ones. You learn how to connect with your clairs. You learn how to connect with your intuition. You learn how to separate ego and mind from what you're getting from the masters, teachers, and loved ones, because the ego and the mind are really strong and powerful. And I want to teach you how to befriend them, not to banish them, because the ego is a part of keeping you safe in this lifetime, and the ego can evolve with you. Oftentimes, and this is where Sacred Awakening is different than other Akashic Record courses out there, this is a life tool practice. Like, this is not just the Akashic Records. I could give you the method really quickly, and like, here, this is how you open the records. How you utilize the records deems the results that you get. And when I say, like, my life has completely changed, I would have never imagined my life the way that it is today 10 years ago. Like, my life has completely changed. And I've been working inside of the Akashic Records since 2011 or 9, something like that. Like, I've been working in them for quite some time. And they have completely changed my life. They have saved my life. And if you're interested in exploring this tool, it is a life tool. And what I teach you, not only inside the Akashic Records, like how to use them, but how to ask powerful questions. This is not a pendulum-based course, meaning you're using a pendulum and getting yes or no answers. These are clean, direct answers, meaning you get more than a yes or no. We're asking open-ended questions so that you can understand, hey, why am I not getting the results that I want? Hey, I've changed my thoughts, but this pattern keeps repeating. Hey, I want to start a business. Hey, tell me how I can get a promotion for my job. Or, hey, I had an argument with my spouse the other night. Like, what am I not seeing? What old patterns coming up? Or, I'm wanting to manifest this thing. Give me all the steps to do it. The guardians are there to support you with that. And then also what makes Sacred Awakening different than other Akashic Record courses out there is that I teach you how to connect with your multidimensional self. I mentioned the ego and the mind. You are multidimensional. You have many different aspects of your being. You have core aspects of your being that I teach you how to connect with inside of Sacred Awakening. And I call these the bodies: mental, emotional, spiritual, physical, inner child, and ego. These 6 core aspects of your being influence your behavior all the time. Like, who here has wanted to go somewhere, looked forward to doing that concert, that trip, that thing, and then you talked yourself out of it? Like, you're excited to do that thing. You're excited. You talk about it, and then the day comes and you sabotage it. Like, you don't do it. Or you're excited to do this thing, this project. You're excited, and then you sabotage yourself. Or you're wanting to start a business, and you're excited, sabotage. You're wanting to start a podcast. You're wanting to start this project. You're wanting to go on a date. You're wanting to start to meet new people. You're wanting to make friendships. And then you sabotage. This is coming from one of these aspects of your being or one of the lineages. And when you work with these aspects of your being, you get to decide and understand how to parent yourself back into wholeness. Some of you have had amazing childhood, some of you not so much. No matter what, we require parenting as an adult. We are an innocent child having this human experience. We have the child energy within us, and there's this innocence about us, even if you are 70 years old, 50 years old, 30 years old, 40 years old, however old you are. Like, you have this beautiful child within, and these aspects are stuck in the past, and we can parent ourselves back to wholeness. And this is where understanding where you're at in space and time and what aspect is having this crazy experience and is deciding to sabotage. Because even if you don't want to sabotage, there's an aspect of you that's like, hey, we just had a big win, so let's start an argument with our spouse. Or, hey, I just had a really big win, and now my spouse is going to start an argument with me, or my partner, or the shoe's going to drop, or a bill's going to come up, or this is going to happen. And so when that happens, there's this sabotage that's happening, and we can work with these different aspects and bring them to the present moment and heal them and work with them inside of the Akashic Records. You work in and outside of the Akashic Records with these bodies. And this is a big component of Sacred Awakening, because I don't want you to just know the method to get in. I want you to be able to utilize these to have a self-discovery and heal yourself, because I'm not healing you. You are healing you. You are showing up for you. And it's a beautiful thing when you show up for you, because you are saying yes to you. You are saying yes to your manifesting. You're saying yes to your future. And so the other part of the course too is learning how to ask very powerful questions, because when you get curious, and you understand, like, oh, like, why is this happening? Or what steps can I take? Or, hey, I was having this pretty dark thought. Where is that coming from? They can help you with that. And then the second part of the course is you learn how to open the records for other people. You give clear, accurate readings. Some of you are going to be practitioners. Some of you, this is for you to better your relationship in your own records. I don't separate these two. I've had people ask me, and I can't. And the reason why I can't is because this is where people's intuition blows up. Like, this is where they start building confidence. This is where they start going deeper in their own records, because it's often easier to give to others than it is to give to ourselves. And so this is where that comes in. And then the course itself is about 13 weeks long. You're going to open the records for yourself. You're going to learn how to open the records for other people. You can get certified or not get certified. We have 2 different levels. And then there's lots of bonuses. There's several different bonuses. I'm going to share my screen just so I'm going to share my screen, and then I'll share the I'm going to share this, and then we'll do some readings, and I'll do a little I'll probably do readings and then the raffle today. Maybe a little mini clearing. So let me just share my screen really quick here. All right. So with this, we are going to do 10 video lessons, 9 live calls. You get a Sacred Awakening virtual retreat. This is a 3-day retreat where we do past life regressions, ancestral work, activations, spiritual gifts. As long as I'm running the program, you get access to the virtual retreat. Each retreat's worth like $2,000. You get that as a bonus. And this is a lifetime bonus as long as I'm running it. And then you get a crystal kit. I teach you how to open the records using crystal and energy. So you get 5 different crystals in the mail. They're handpicked. They're soulmate crystals. They're activated for you to open your records. You don't need the crystals to open your records because we do sacred attunements and things like that, but it's nice to have something tangible. And then the Embodied Empath Claire Gifts Masterclass. This is so you learn how to not take on other people's energy. So you are cleaning and protecting your energy. So you are separating your energy from other people's junk, not taking on it. You get access to that right away. There's 3 powerful crystal healings that you get access that are specifically designed to support you in your Akashic Records. And then Awaken Your Intuition Masterclass. This masterclass is all about the clairs. You get access to that right away when you sign up. So you'll learn what the clairs are, how to connect to them, and then we talk about them all throughout the course, and there's an activation with it. If you sign up within the next 4 days, so by Monday, if you sign up by Monday, you'll get the third eye activation. This is a brand new activation. So if you are a Sacred Awakening student and you want to do the refresher, you'll get this brand new activation too. This specific third eye activation, I upgraded it from our last one. And so it's all about opening up your clairvoyance, activating the third eye to connect to your claircognizant and your other clairs as well. But it's to strengthen discernment, silence mental noise, open up the channeling so it allows confidence and precision. If you want to do this, there's the gold level, 10 video lessons, 9 live calls. We have journal prompts, we have PDFs, we have activations, we have attunements, we have a private sanctuary that you can ask questions, receive support. I'm very, very active in our community. I also have other Sacred Awakening coaches that help as well. So you'll get different perspectives. You get the virtual retreat, the Embodied Empath Masterclass, the Awaken Your Intuition Masterclass, the 3 crystal healings, and the crystal kit. We have payments as low as $149 a month. That's with our early bird pricing. If you want to do platinum, which is the certification level, you'll get certified as a Sacred Awakening practitioner. You will also get a partner practice call with one of our coaches where you get individualized feedback on how to give powerful readings. And then you'll get also like feedback from the guardians on like where to go deeper with it. You'll also get a business masterclass, which is a live call. So instead of 9 live calls, you get 10 live calls plus a video recording and activation. So you learn how to convert free readings into paid readings. This also, the certification process allows you to deepen your clairs because it like just pops everything. We have payments as low as $199. We have lots of testimonials, lots of reviews. There's been over 2,000 students that have taken this course. I've been teaching this for 9 years. It's we have a proven track record that this works. And so if you want to do gold, 9 video and 10 video lessons, 9 live calls, non-certification level, you get all the bonuses. Payments, if you do Karna or Afterpay, as low as $197. And then that all the prices show after early bird. And then platinum, you get everything in gold plus the certification, plus the 1 practice call with one of our coaches and the live bonus call and 1 group practice call as well. And then if you pay in full, you get a soul contract masterclass clearing with me, which is valued at $333. If you want to talk to one of our Sacred Awakening students to make sure that this is a good fit for you, you can book a discovery call here that just says book a discovery call. Let me stop share. You can go to theamyrobeson.com / you could go to, Kat, can you put the link in there, theamyrobeson.com / records, and sign up. It's 50% off. If that's something you're interested in doing. We start on March 18th. The classes are on Wednesdays. If you can't join the lives, you can catch the replays. We've had students that have never joined a live and they're practitioners. Active practitioners. We've had students that all join the lives. You'll still get the benefit if you watch the replay because not everybody can come at that time. And then, Kat, can you put the raffle link in? Make sure you sign up for a raffle. It ends on Monday, I believe. And the prizes for the raffle are Sacred Awakening, some Meet Your Spirit guides. There's also some bundles, Light Language Magic, Ascension, or Goddess Quartz. What link doesn't open up? The I'll put this one. Oh no, the first one. Okay, thanks. Here you go. Try that one. Thank you for letting us know. From my time, we all have different masters, teachers, and loved ones. They go over each life with you, what worked, what didn't. Yep. The saboteur, with my energy, when I'm trying to get interactions with people, like I can't focus. Yep, that happens, Amy. The records can help you with that. How do we connect with your inner child? I teach that inside of Sacred Awakening, to connect with the inner child. Was shot in the eye when I was 17. Oh my Lord, Michael. That's a lot. I hope you're okay. Can you guys hear me? Let me know. Someone said they lost their sound. Maybe you accidentally hit mute. Can you please tell me how to watch? Oh, just go to the amyrobeson.com/replays. The amyrobeson.com/replays if you haven't watched the replays. All right, guys. Do you guys have any questions at all about Sacred Awakening? Let me know in the chat box. This round's going to be really special. I'm really excited about it. Every round is different. My work is changing. My work is shifting. Every year I learn something new about the Akashic Records. Every year I change and share. And everything I'm sharing with you guys on the page, there is more. Like, I give lots and lots of bonuses and things like that. I accompany a lot of things to add to the experience if there's additional materials that you're wanting as well. And we try to do all the different learning styles. And so if you're a reader, we have notes. If you like visual, we have videos. If you are an audio person, you can listen to it on the audio. Like, you can download it. You can do all that stuff. Okay. So I'm trying to understand. You ask the Akashic Records, what is the purpose of this specific situation, to get another perception? Depends on what you're talking about. Yes, you can ask. You can simply ask, like, what is another alternative perspective on this situation? You can ask anything. The only thing you can't ask, because we don't want to break spiritual laws, is you can't ask questions about other people without their permission. Like, you can't go into someone else's records without their permission. If you are a mother or a father and you're wanting to support your child and they're underage, you can ask how you can be a better parent, how you can support them through something, and whatever your responsibility is as well. Okay, go ahead and tell me if you're ready to enter a raffle to win $75 gift card. You're going to type in, I'm ready to learn. I'm ready to learn in Sacred Awakening essay. Like, I'm ready to learn in Sacred Awakening, or I'm ready to learn in the records. If you want to enter our $75 raffle. That's crazy story, Michael. What I'm curious, I'm so happy, like, you have forgiven them. I'm curious, with the records, if there was anything that they would want to share with you in, like, terms of, like, is there any other healing around that? And is there any karma around that? Because it's fascinating, and you lived. Like, that's amazing. That's really amazing. Okay. And if you'd like to enter to get a reading, I've been doing just a few readings every day inside of the Akashic Records. We're in a group setting. So if you're interested in getting a reading, go ahead and type in your open-ended question, and I will pick who is going to get the reading. And I'll read out the question out loud. And then the type in your question, and then remember, we're in a group setting. Whatever resonates with you, take. Whatever doesn't, leave it behind. So yeah, And you just type in R and then your question. R and then your question. All right. For the raffle, I'm going to give Speak Life with Nicole, $75 on YouTube. Speak Life W Nicole. Congratulations, my dear. The $75 is towards Sacred Awakening. If you are a returning student, you can use it towards another new program. If I accidentally call your name twice, because I give you something the day before, because sometimes I forget, and my guides will still tell me to say your name, know that they're you only win it once, because I've done that before. And then my names get all meshy in my head too. Because I give out away a lot of gift cards because I like doing this because I'm in a position that we can. And then PK on Zoom, you're one of our $75 winners. PK on Zoom. And Sassy C on Zoom. SASSYC on Zoom. Maria Martin B on Zoom. Maria Martin B on Zoom, $75 winner. Congratulations, guys. And then don't forget, we'll be doing this again on Monday. Let me do one more. Marsha Diron, Doiron on Facebook. Marsha, Marsha, last name Doiron. So congratulations to our 5 winners. And then let me... You're welcome, PK. Heather Ray, I'm going to do her question. I'm going to do a couple, so don't worry. I feel like there's something trying to come through, but I just can't seem to catch it. What are they trying to tell me? This is Heather Ray on Zoom. I'm going to read it again. I feel like there's something trying to come through. And remember, when we're in a group setting, if it resonates, keep it. Whatever doesn't, leave behind the rest. And if it does resonate, type in RES in the chat box. But I can't seem to catch it. What are they trying to tell me? Your guys have been trying to get your attention around making clear, decisive decisions when you're feeling called to it. Like, there's things that you've been wanting to do, and then you hold yourself back from doing it. And then it's like you're teetering, like you're constantly teetering with things. And they're saying, like, they're trying to get your attention of like, just do it. And then they're trying to get your attention when you do have like a feeling to not do it, to not do it. It's like, make the decision and then stick with the decision and trust your gut, like trust your feelings, trust your intuition, because this teetering leaves you in limbo all the time. And it actually fries out your circuit system because you're using way more energy than you need to. And so then you feel tired, or you feel this, or you feel that. And so they're like, just let it go. Like, let it go and make the decision. Stick with the decision. Trust your gut. That doesn't mean that you stay the course. If you're 90% on the course and you get a bad feeling to pause, you pause then. But you then readjust based on your intuition in that moment. It's important to understand the gremlins that are hiding underneath the bed sometimes. Those gremlins get to false guessing versus trusting and leaping. False guessing versus trusting and leaping, meaning like they're giving you old stories that keep you in the old loop of things, and you get clarity all the time. So just take the leap of faith. Let's see. Michael Barker, why am I struggling with finding a partner in life? You took a vow of I don't know what that means. Like there's a vow in a previous lifetime that you took, and there's this, it's like vow of sustenance. I don't know what that means, but there's this vow that you took, and it has you show up one way. And in this lifetime, you are to break old vows and contracts, meaning the vows that you took in previous energetic settings that made sense back then does no longer make sense for you. And so if you're wanting a life partner, what does that life look like, and why is it important to you? And then you can make a vow of creating a life where that partner exists, where you are going to be in relationship with a fabulous person. So there's some internal work that they're wanting you to do, also some external work they're wanting you to do as well, because it's important that your life is actually set up externally to create space for someone. And you might not do this, but they're giving this as an overall example. If you want a life partner, but you sleep in the middle of the bed, there's no room for a life partner to sleep in that bed. And so it's important that there's a sense of space for the partner to come in, where you're willing to change schedule, change habits, change patterns. Like another example of, if you want to make space for someone to come in, there has to be space to go on dates. There has to be the willingness to go on dates. There has to be the willingness to put yourself out there. There has to be the willingness to not only put yourself out there, but take the action and get in the emotion of doing those things that allow dates to even come forward. And that might be putting yourself out there, to put it, like, say, telling some friends. There's many different ways, and they're not specifically saying dating apps, just so you know. Like some of you, yes, dating apps, but for Michael, they're not saying dating apps right this second. Like there are many ways to put yourself out there, and dating apps are not in alignment right this moment, but they're saying like you can put yourself out there, you can attract those persons, but it's important to have those types of conversations, those languagings, things like that. Hope that's helpful. Mahek, 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 or Heek. What is the lesson and growth opportunity for my soul in this relationship right now? What is the lesson and growth opportunity for my soul in this relationship right now? You're learning how to find your voice and be an authority figure in your life. Meaning like you're learning how to redefine what empowerment looks like. You're redefining how you use your voice. You're redefining how you show up. You're redefining not only how you show up for the other person, but how you show up for yourself, like how you authentically express yourself, and not authentically express yourself the way your parents and guardians taught you to do it, but how you know is true, authentic expression, and not from a place of learned behavior and thought patterns. But there's something really beautiful that's blossoming within you, and it's really important that you find your voice. Find your voice. Find your voice. Michael, you're welcome. Okay, let me do 2 more, and then we're gonna hop off because it's like 5 million degrees in this room, and I need some air. Let's see. Sean said, I just want to thank you for the energy you always bring to these sessions. You're welcome, my dear. Let's see. Dorothy says, why do I always know, this is on Facebook, why do I always know when someone has passed? This is a gift. This is a gift, my friend. And we all have different gifts. Part of your gift is, how do they want me to say this? You want me to say, it's seeing the threads of energy that the soul holds to the body, which is interesting because I was going to say something else, and I'm going to finish this and then I'm going to share a story. So you're really gifted at seeing this, and it's okay if you don't see them. It's a knowing, the threads of the soul to the human body. And you not only know those threads when they sever, when they separate, when they're no longer there, you can actually feel it in your bones. It's like you have an interpretation of the energy. It's very clear knowing that comes through. And so some of you on here have the gift of knowing when people pass because you're meant to send them to the light. Some know when people are passed to help prep others to have that grief processing. Some is to understand gifts. And Dorothy, in this case, you are helping with the grief process, and you're helping with understanding your gifts, because there's something really special about understanding that thread connection and something that you're going to do with it in your work. And so it's important for you to start like really studying and investigating this type of thing, because you are super connected to that threading. Some of you are meant to send people to light. Like my mom has this gift. She used to be a nurse. Anytime she would have her patients visit her at nighttime if she wasn't working and they passed in the middle of the night, and she would go back into work and she would look at their charts and they would die exactly when they came to visit her. And so there are different people that have different gifts. Some people have prophecy dreams to prep the family. Some people, there's different things for different reasons. Oh my gosh, why did I say that? Sorry, my dear. Interesting. I was wondering why I would know that. Yeah, perfect. Okay, guys. I'll do one more. Mary said, complete chills. That resonated to confirm regarding sending to the light and comfort to prep. Yeah. I remember I had a client, like one of my not very first, but like when I first started like life coaching, and she would have so many souls that would come to her. And I end up teaching her like how to set something up so it wasn't so disruptive, because there's things that we can do inside the Akashic Records. If you do have certain gifts, and they feel heavy or they feel like very disruptive, that we can still have the gift, but have boundaries with the gift. Meaning like it's not disrupting you. It's not disrupting your life. You're not having like weird things happen. Okay. Let me do one more. I do not know how to say your name, my dear. So it's Jasmine. I have no idea, but I have you on the screen if you're on YouTube and Facebook. I am in the transition period. Should I move forward with changing my career choice to healer? It's important for you to get your ducks in a row first. Have the training, have the knowledge, start working towards the transition with a due date deadline. Meaning don't just go quit right this second. Like continue the transition, continue setting up, continue getting the prep, like even seeing clients, doing things like that. And then you'll know exactly when you're supposed to transition completely out of what you're doing into full-time healer. But it's going to be a gradual transition because there's still a few more trainings that you'll want to do. There's a couple more prep things that you'll want to do to set up your business and things like that. So some of you are wanting to be a healer or a reader or do something like this. Some of you are meant to do it fast. Some of you are meant to do it slowly, and fast and slow is not the right word, meaning there's different ways to transition. Some you're going to like do part-time, do readings, train, do part-time, do healings, things like that. And then some are just going to go from training full-time, doing whatever they were doing, and then doing in the background, starting to set things up, and then transition out of their career and then go full-time. There's many different ways to do it. I'm never going to be the person that tells anyone to go and quit their job without having some things set up first, unless the guardians tell me to do it, like if that's what they're suggesting. But like, it's important that when you're transitioning anywhere, that you are transitioning with some sort of plan, period. Like there has to be some sort of plan in place. It doesn't have to be a solid plan. It doesn't have to have anything. You just want momentum behind you. Like there has to be a momentum with that plan. So I hope that's helpful. Okay. All right, my friends, Monday, we are going to do a major money healing, abundance healing on Tuesday. I don't remember what we're doing on Tuesday. I mixed up my whole schedule because I thought it would keep me on my toes, apparently. So we're doing some fun things this round. So we're going to do our round table. We're going to do our panel. We're going to do readings where I'm going to dedicate just readings. On Zoom, I'm going to bring some people on to do readings. And then we'll do rapid fire readings. We're going to do an audience choice healing. We're going to do all sorts of different things. So lots and lots of things. Congratulations to our winners. Congratulations to our readers. I will pick some replay winners too. So if you are doing the replay, make sure you put replay and then type in whatever I suggest for the day. And then if you're interested in joining us, join us. If you're interested in booking a discovery call, we have Sacred Awakening practitioners that are happy to take a call with you over the weekend. Go book a discovery call. Make sure it's a good fit. If it's not a good fit, we'll tell you that. We've told people in the past it's not a good fit. We've told people in the past it's a good fit. It just depends on you and depends on what you're in alignment with, because we want people that are in alignment with us. And it's really important, like if you're being called towards the records, listen to it, because they are life-changing, like life-changing. You get out of it what you put into it as well. So if you're ready to do the work, if you're ready to jump in, you're ready to do some things, like the records are going to speak to you. And ask for a sign. Ask for a sign. So if you need a sign to confirm, if you know, just trust the knowing. Like, but if you need a sign, like 777, a yellow butterfly, an elephant, ask for a sign. Do you do Akashic readings for others, like one-on-one? Right now, I don't do like single readings. I do past life, in between life, healing, regressions, just because that's what, but there's a reading involved with it. So there'll always be a reading component, but that's where I really enjoy doing things. So if you're interested in that, and you want to make the investment in that, you can reach out to us as well. But I do the group readings here and give readings to people on the lives for free. But if you're wanting just a single traditional reading, I want to bring healing into it, and so that's where I shine. All right, guys. I hope you have a wonderful day. We'll see you at the same time on Monday. If you have questions, reach out to us. If you need something different, reach out to us. We have payments as low as $97 for Sacred Awakening, 50% off. Take advantage of the fast acting bonus. So it's the third eye activation. You can go to theamyrobeson.com/records, theamyrobeson.com/records. I want $75. I want to use it to heal my current situation of bedridden stage. How do I do that? So the $75 gift card, if you want it, you can email support at theamyrobeson.com to claim it. The $75 is for new Sacred Awakening students for the program. Or if you're a returning student, you can use it towards something else. That's in our store. It's whatever I offer. So if you're a new student, it would be towards Sacred Awakening. And if you're not a new student, and you've taken Sacred Awakening, it's towards a new program that we're offering. Okay. All right, guys, have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye.